Yep.
And I'm starting to think that this Weghorst cannot play the cam role anymore.
I totally
He has the touch of like a trampoline, yeah.
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 That wasn't 1-0. That wasn't 2-0. That was 7-0. Manchester United officially lost 7-0 to Liverpool. Welcome to the Football Kaki. I am your host, Eldad, and I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bros, Paul, Jordan, and Medad. How are you guys doing?
Great.
How are you doing?
Hey, not bad.
Do you go to the prata store to claim the 7 prata? Because I heard
I never claim, sir.
Oh. But do people really do that? Like, did they go to and claim the 7 prata? Do you know?
I got no idea, man.
I got no idea.
Yeah,
like,
My colleague is asking me, do I have a Man Utd jersey or not?
So annoying.
I think I have enough jerseys for all of us to have like enough pratas.
Hey, you should sell now.
I also made it.
Sell now.
It's just whether we all can fit or not.
Just for 7
7
plain
prata. Yeah. Within the 4 of us can get 28 prata. 28 prata. But yes, as we know, Manchester United lost 7-0 yesterday. I'm still in mourning. It was sad. It was a very hard game to watch. But I'm glad that we are all here together again to actually dissect this and the importance of actually how this result will actually affect the club surrounding the two of them. So you're talking about United in the title race, Liverpool's push for the top 4. And then, of course, whether or not there are certain things whereby the shift in focus for different clubs should become the priority already instead of focusing on the league, example for Man United. So with that, boys, I got one question for you, and it's a very simple one. What went wrong yesterday for Man United? And what went right for Liverpool yesterday?
Okay. Maybe I'll just talk about what Liverpool did right first. So first off, right, I think the Klopp, he picked the right midfield, which was Elliot. He played him on the right side to play with Salah. And then same way he played Henderson on the left, which Henderson normally doesn't play left. Henderson plays on the right side. And I think that the experience that Henderson had in the game was quite important for the midfield because they were like, he was cutting out a lot of balls. But the main thing that I feel won Liverpool the game is that I think Ten Hag got a lot of the tactical stuff not as right. So for instance, right, I wouldn't have put Bruno on the left to go and go against Trent. Yeah, because it's like Trent, everyone knows he struggles with fast, pacey defenders or this, right? Bruno is not there. Yeah. Then I think for Liverpool's side, the first half was not so bad. But it was when the second and third goal went in, right? You could see everyone's sort of morale drop, the Manchester United. So they got a bit petulant. So in a way, you can see Bruno start to kick people or he get a bit irritated and fall on the floor. That's why Roy Keane also called him out at the end of the match. He was saying his behavior was a bit unacceptable. Then if you notice also the one of the goals for Salah that he scored, Salah defended the ball, right? From Anthony's touch, one of the things. Then he ran all the way back to the other side of the field, right, to go and score the goal. So it's I think it encompasses the entire Liverpool game. It's the whole team defend and the whole team attack, Yeah, and then in the same light also, Anthony didn't run back to track back the whole game. So
he did.
Yeah, so the whole game, a lot of the wing backs were exposed, which led to the first goal, led to a lot of the things. Yeah, so that's my observation from the Liverpool perspective. Yeah. But maybe Paul, you can speak about it. What do you think?
Yeah, let's just focus on ourselves. Actually, I cannot really say that Liverpool was lucky or anything that they didn't do. They got lucky, or we cannot say they're lucky or we tired or because a lot of people say Man U is we played 11 games in 31 days, right?
Yeah,
and we just had a insane six game in 1.5 weeks or something. Yeah, but I find that's a very weak excuse because you rested Shaw, you rested Varane during the FA Cup. Yeah, but I feel that what Medad said, the starting lineup was wrong. You should have played Rashford against Trent instead of Bruno on the left.
Yep.
And I'm starting to think that this Weghorst cannot play the cam role anymore.
I totally
He has the touch of like a trampoline, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like the moment the ball come, the ball will just spring away, you know. Like suddenly it has become very, like maybe he had one good game, that's why Ten Hag wanted to play him there, yeah. But I think, and the right back was horrendous choice. You want to set up to defend at Anfield, right? You shouldn't be playing Dalot, I feel. You should be playing like Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, and like what the first two goals really is clearly his fault. Right? The first goal he came out and pressed for no reason. So that this will cause like Fred to come into the middle and like Fred. This caused Fred to go and cover his position. Then like that you already compromise everybody's position. Yeah. And then the second goal was there was an offside line, right? But then he played. Dalot was like just standing in the middle. He was standing slightly to the right lah. So he played the guy onside. Then that's how they scored.
Yeah.
But all in all, I feel that after the second goal going right, they all just collapsed. Mentally, they just gave up. And I felt that after the third goal, they should stop already. They should stop like trying to chase the game. They should just defend, like don't concede anymore first.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, a lot of things went wrong lah. I feel that, especially Bruno, I feel quite a horrible performance.
Yeah. George, what do you think as a neutral?
I would think, to add on to what both Mida and Paul have mentioned, I do agree this Weghorst is really an awkward position for him to play Cam and Bruno on the left side. It really makes the whole attacking looks weird also. And also at the amount of time that Weghorst loses the ball is atrocious. Then also not just Dalot, Luke Shaw itself, after the third and the fourth goal was his fault, where he misplaced the pass and then Casemiro unable to retrieve back, then the goal scored. Then also the counter attacking play from the corner to the goals where Salah scored that one. That one, if he able to track that incoming running Nunes or Gakpo or something, if he really know that there's someone's behind, I find that Salah pass to that player who scored the goal like could have been prevented. Yeah, correct. So
I do agree.
Yeah,
so like everyone in this team is like very stagnant. I watched the reaction of the Mark Woodbridge. Mark
Goldbridge.
Yeah, I saw the same reaction. So the United
his reaction you guys are a bunch of traffic cones.
The last part he hide behind his chair.
The gaming chair, right?
He hide behind the secret lab room.
Like what? You guys are and then like keep knocking at the floor or something. I don't know.
But
so
he put a lot of blame on Anthony. I saw the video lah.
He put a lot of blame on Anthony. But I also find this Anthony also, he's losing confidence.
I got this question right. I really got this question right. Is it a confidence thing or is it like an Antonio Valencia issue? Because you know exactly what he's gonna do when he gets the ball. Valencia will always push right, try to cross or low driven cross. Anthony is cut left, cut inside, cross it to the box or try to fire far corner.
No, but you see, Saka is always playing the same thing.
Yeah.
Week in, week out. So even coaches try to prevent how Saka play, but definitely he will still think of a way to just get past them or something.
We go. I'll play.
Yeah, correct. Like outsmart the person.
But I noticed this parallel. I want to see whether you guys agree or not. Is that Saka, right? He's intelligent enough to be able to wiggle his way out of like very drastic situations. Anthony, right? He dribbles himself into bad situations. Like yesterday when he got the ball from the right side from I think Casemiro, right? He should have just laid it off, right? He went to dribble right side. Immediately once they come in, I think it was Robertson and Henderson already there to block him off already. Then he got nowhere to go. So in the end he had to go U-turn and try to push the ball backwards.
Yeah.
I do think there's a tinge of what's that? I think he's a bit overrated. Like this Anthony, like to be honest, because I don't think that he's worth the amount that you're paid, which is like
he's 100% on.
Yeah, which is like the price tag that was put on the thing. I think Mark Goldbridge, one of the like biggest the comments that he had about this Anthony thing, right? He said that like when he boiled it down, it just lead back all to recruitment. He said that we paid extra money for this player when actually you could have bought him for 50, then the other 50 could have bought Gakpo or something like that, because he clearly is a project. He's not a finished article player.
Finished product.
Yeah. And I also think like during the game, this Robertson really like got under his skin the whole game, because Robertson, the whole game was like doing small things to piss him off. Like in the air, right? He would like purposely tuck his body underneath, then Anthony will fall over him in the air. Or like when he's about to throw in the ball, right? This Robertson will kick the ball very far away. Then after Anthony have to go and run up. They just like the small things to piss him off. So I could see gradually he was getting more and more irritated. And then he only will chase after Robertson. Yeah, in the moments lah. You know.
Okay. I just begin my quick comments. My view is that he got the lineup wrong, like from the start. I feel that Aaron Wan-Bissaka should have started at right back, especially with performance in the League Cup final. It would have been much better for him to be able to be the one to track down Gakpo. That's my view. Fred shouldn't have started. It should have been Sabitzer. Because you have a bit more of a chaser. I get that Fred is in decent form going up the field, but the thing is that with the pressing style that actually encounters with Liverpool, right, that encompasses Liverpool's playing style, I feel that Sabitzer would have been a better fit to be able to push around and giving Casemiro a bit more help. A bit more help. Then you play Central over Anthony. That's what I think. So, in essence, the way that they already structured the lineup is basically Erik ten Hag's like preferred way to play. But what surprised me was that the way that they play well and they beat Liverpool the last time was just basically sit and counter, which they didn't do. They tried to play the Liverpool game, which essentially, if you're going to play Liverpool's game, you better be very good at it, otherwise they're going to collapse, which is essentially what happened. And I think after the second goal, you already knew, I was like, oh, this is bad. I had a bit of hope by the third goal, but the fourth one, after Salah volleyed in, I was like, oh, it's over already. It's just going to be bad to me. So I feel Ten Hag takes quite a lot of blame.
Can I ask?
For this game.
Like, he substituted a lot of players, right? How come this Central is like not even getting substituted on? Over
That's the part I don't understand also.
Is there like a...
Yeah, no, the worst part is he didn't even sub Dalot off.
Yeah, that's the part I don't understand.
And he didn't even sub Bruno off.
Yeah. And
Roy Keane, his substitutions were weird. Like you had to bring in McTominay for Fred.
Yeah, that one I don't understand. Sabitzer was on the bench.
Yeah.
It's just weird. And then you bring Malacia. I think at the point already, he just tried to save the players. Like he saved Rashford, all this,
Yeah.
Because we have another game on Thursday. But tough. I think it's a very... You cannot play two midfielders against three midfielders, I feel also.
You cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot. So it's you need... that's why I feel you needed Sabitzer on that field. Then he would have played 4-3. How I wish Eriksen was still there. Well, would have saved us a lot of other headaches. Okay, but I think that's it for the summary that we have right now. Now we move on to the other part that we want to discuss, is that basically this game actually has a lot of, I would say like varying implications on the team surrounding them. So George, I got this question for you. Since you are the Arsenal fan and you are the top of the table and your team won, does United losing 7-0 right essentially put them out of the title race? And does it mean that it's just between City and Arsenal now already?
I would say, okay, this is my honest opinion. I think this Man Utd team is not a title credential.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
They are so probably top 4 maybe an ideal spot for them. Even this Spurs is also somehow struggling, but somehow they like these few games they find some of their footing without Conte. Like Conte now is being hospitalized. Then Liverpool slowly and surely are coming back with all their injuries. Yeah. So I mean, Man Utd, I think Man Utd is a top four contenders. Not the title.
So now essentially you do agree that it's between City and Arsenal already?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Miyet, what's your opinion?
I mean, like, I mean, it was more of an outsider's chance that Manchester United had a title run in them. I think realistically, when you look at the squad, it's like, I think to depend on just Rashford to score goals is a lot. It's really a lot. Like they need some sort of more depth, attacking depth lah. So I think for them really, like I think we've discussed this before, right? Paul has mentioned before. For them to get top 4 is really a very good achievement. For this season, they already win like a sort of cup and then get a top 4, right? For them, it's like a good thing lah. So I would agree that it's Man City and Arsenal, and also like we talk about how good Arsenal they like they can fight back and then get a win also like that lah. So I think Arsenal it's gonna be Arsenal and City fight again lah. Yeah,
I don't disagree with you. I also think that you kind of know that maybe the title was out of reach was when certain games like the Leeds game and the Palace game where we should have won, then we go and draw. Like I think those, if let's say we have won those games, like essentially you could bridge the gap lah. Then maybe the Liverpool loss wouldn't have such a big impact. But still we hopeful because it's a very long time we've been in a title race where you had a reasonable chance lah. But I think now with what happened yesterday and the goal difference back to close to minimal already lah, it's also a bit challenging because I feel that United have got a lot of kinks to work out lah. Plus with the way Arsenal are playing it's like Arsenal 90th minute goal. Final, like when they're struggling, things are not going out. It's like it reminds you of like Champions League, like those type of teams where it's like you are trailing 1-0, 2-0, right? Then you grind out a result out of absolutely nothing. That you wouldn't think that probably they would have won. So it's like you can tell like it's a very different Arsenal team compared to previous years. So I'm sure Jordan's very happy. But I mean, and it would be nice to see a team win the title other than Liverpool or Man City. Essentially not Man City lah.
But the Manchester, their run of games remaining of the season is not so difficult, right? As in they don't play City and Liverpool anymore. I don't think
they play Chelsea.
Yeah, they still have to play Liverpool.
Yeah.
Man U don't need to play Liverpool.
Don't need.
Man U play Liverpool twice already.
Man U have to play Chelsea and Tottenham and
Newcastle, I think.
Newcastle, which is like it's a manageable run. So I think that top 4 is definitely like still inside law.
Yeah, because Liverpool still need to play a lot. Like Arsenal and Man City still have to play each other. Then Liverpool, City, then Arsenal, Liverpool. So so there's a lot of games that.
Yeah, Liverpool got a very tough
tough run.
Next 3 games.
The next month, the next 3 games.
Yeah, I also think that the Man City and the times when Man City and Arsenal play Liverpool will essentially decide the title lah. I think that's your crucial game if you think lah. So essentially the fate of the title hands is in Liverpool's hands. I think to me to me that's what I think it is. So it's interesting because Chelsea is very far away. And side note Chelsea finally scored 1 goal. 2 goals in 7 games.
And it's a defender that scored.
Until now, right, I still don't understand that club. It just confuses me. But Angry Ramen really again.
He's a defender that's been injured for very long.
Fofana.
Yeah, dude, no thing. Okay, next up. So with this 7-0 and Liverpool already within a shot of the Champions League. United are technically no longer close to the title already, right? So does that mean that should there be a shift in focus on priorities already? And your fixture congestion is going to be heavy.
Priorities should to be top 4, correct?
Yeah, priorities should just be top 4, but maybe we don't have to chase the
so
the title, you know.
Yeah, so in mathematically all 3 clubs win their remaining games.
Yeah.
Man U will still be in top 4. Yeah. So they still need to win as much as possible to get into top 4.
Yeah.
So if all else fails, they have Europa. But if Europa fails, they need the top 4. So both need each other lah.
Yeah, I agree. As in, like, I think that you should, you should be focusing on the top 4, and then Europa is like a backup plan. Like, but you should still. But I think it affords them the ability to go and rotate a bit more instead. You don't need to go and play the best 11 all the time. But I think if you're going forward this time, he needs to sort of find a way to integrate the wingers properly. And I think, I agree with Paul, right? This with the workhorse at Cam has to end. Like you got Bruno there, he should be playing Cam. You know what I mean? Like Bruno or Ericsson or somebody else. Yeah. Long run.
Do you think he's still trying to figure it out?
I don't think that he should be figuring
Ten Hag
it now. Yeah.
Wait, was.
Ten Hag.
I mean, if you manage to beat Barcelona twice using the same, okay, they beat them once, but then something must have gone right? If he believes that he can play this way.
Yeah.
No, but
Maybe not just against Liverpool, lah.
Yeah.
Like, don't try funny things during like such a weird game, you know.
Yeah.
Jordan, you want to say something?
No, I was like, I mean, not the same principle that you want to apply for all kind of matches. Yeah, because for now, Man U are still in the process of really fixated a good system for them throughout the whole season to really grind out to know their position and all this lah. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, then I want to ask like both Media and Jordan this question. For George, right? How is this similar to your first year with Arteta? And then Media, is it similar to like the first few years with Klopp?
Oh, the first year with Klopp was a bit different because we didn't do very well in the league, but then we got we went to the Europa final, which was because he came in like a bit after Brendan Rodgers got sacked the first year. If you're talking about the first full year, then yes, it's sort of because we were like always in the hunt for top 4, but we only managed to secure top 4 the last game of the season. But the main difference that I really think between like the Liverpool squad and this Man U squad, right, is that our Liverpool squad were not like defensively that sound. Like we were just very fun to watch the first season. It was just really like just ping pong or just like running up and down, like very chaotic football. It's only like when you got Van Dijk and Alisson that is sort of secured. I mean, like this 7-0 is it's a bit of an anomaly, but I mean consistently Man United they have had I think 10 clean sheets right this season, which is like
about
Yeah.
But I think it's like maybe the top 3. I think like Newcastle, Arsenal, and then maybe them is like the best clean sheet team. So I think defensively they're still okay. I think today was a bit of yesterday's game was a bit of an anomaly lah. Yeah.
Okay, George. Parallel to Arsenal.
For me, I find like how you compare Arteta when they first came in. Yeah, like first they won the League Cups and the FA Cup. Yeah, but I think is that 2 cups was a bit too early to make any differences. So you can see from there there's a downfall for 1 season and a half before they picked up again, and then this third season they really go full-fledged on it, and you can see the process is like it took. I would expect that it would be a bit faster in the process, like especially last season transfer was a bit quite horrid if you compare to like this season. So now like few players that they bought already out on loan, and they're already thinking of getting rid of it. So probably if comparison to what Man United is, I think is in a good hand lah. Just that they really need time, and then hopefully they really can find a buyer.
I was gonna ask like maybe Paul and El, right? Maybe y'all can talk about this. Do you think that the sale will happen like in the season, or do you think it will be not this season?
Because the only rumor, I mean, like the only thing that we all know now is that the bids have closed already. So it's between the Qatari guy and the Sir Jim Ratcliffe guy.
Yeah.
And then there's apparently now is the second stage of the talks. Which will conclude in end of March, I think.
Who would you rather be?
So after that, we will know who is the buyer, who is the owner. I think. But I'm not sure who. To be honest,
I honestly, there's a reason why I would rather Jim Ratcliffe for a very simple reason. There's no to avoid any PSG conflict.
Okay.
because you can only own a club right in the Champions League. One only. You can only own one club in the Champions League. So if you own 2 clubs in the Champions League, right? One of them cannot participate.
That's the cousin, the cousin be the owner, something like that.
Can I put under your name?
No, but I would rather.
Coming on.
Yeah, you also.
I mean, okay, it's two tough situations where you see the amount of money the Qataris will pump into the club. It's very similar to Abu Dhabi and everything. And definitely they will change over the facilities and everything. But at the end of the day, my question mark is still with the Glazers because they're trying to let go of United when they're in a bad state. Now that we actually start winning games and be in the potential to actually win trophies towards the end of the season, will they drive the price up? I don't know.
No, I think they confirm will drive the price up. I mean, it's they're business people, I mean, they're
but by how much? Because you're asking for essentially 6 billion, then they're probably going to mark they're going to ask for maybe another 3 billion extra. So essentially, by adding 1 or 2 more trophies, right, it goes from 6 billion to 9 billion. Which investor or which owner has 9 billion on hand to be able to buy over the club without inheriting the concurrent debt?
The Qatari people? That's the
Qatari's net worth, you can see not.
I know.
No, but to be honest, right, the Qatari, they already set up their plan, right? The first issue was that because Manchester don't have enough like 5-star hotels. So their first plan is when their first plan is to, if they take over, right, they will start building, they will improve the standard of living of Manchester first, which is a good thing because it's what like the owner should do. Like what Leicester, the Thai owner did.
Yeah.
Improve the area. Improve the standard of living for the people in Leicester and all that.
But you see, but also I think that you see that like on the city side of Manchester, right, Manchester City side, the amount the owners have spent on club infrastructure, training facilities and everything is actually very smart because they put everything very close to the stadium.
I mean, like City, you don't have the demand, Man U, you build, they will come on, no problem. You know
that one is true. Yeah. So I mean, I don't disagree. But whether or not they will sell or not, and when they will sell, I really don't know. I think they are waiting until the end of the season to see how many trophies we won before they decide on what's the price to sell. Because there will confirm be negotiation.
I guess we'll see. We'll see in the end of the season. But I think by the end of the season, they most likely will be either sold or kept. Like we'll get a clear idea. Correct?
Yeah. I just want the Glazers out. I think Paul also feels the same.
Yeah. Okay. See by face.
All right.
Not very happy.
Paul.
Yeah, it's a bit like
I think. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Before we move on to the outro, right? I got this question. Is Graham Potter getting sacked this month?
No. Wait, we say
on hold.
Did we say what?
They say no, he said until April. Then last week, Paul said whether he will still be in charge by the time they play Dortmund.
He's slowly
maybe on hold. I think on hold.
After Fofana rescue him.
Hufflepuff. 1-0, but at least they won, right? But they won still 1-0.
A win is a win.
But a win is a win. Shout out to Salah also for breaking the Liverpool Premier League.
Salah.
Yeah, I think he scored in 6 straight games, right? Against Man U.
It's like Aguero versus Man U, right?
Yeah.
It's the same, exactly the same.
But do you see the stat or not? Got one thing ESPN say that Salah has gotten more yellow cards for taking off his shirt against Manchester United, right? When compared to Man United has scored more goals at Anfield in the past few seasons.
Yeah, it's like he always just want to take it off. Now, then the moment he took it off, right, I'm like, why? Yellow card for what? He always does this.
Imagine the 5 yellow card he got.
Well, but.
Sorry, John?
No, imagine he get 5 yellow cards because of this. Then after he got 1 match ban.
Wow, that's the dumbest decision you can ever get. That'd be like, that one is just stupid already. But anyways, moving on. That's it for our discussion with Manchester United and Liverpool and also the after effects of everything. And we will also decide in the future, right, when exactly Graham Potter will get sacked. But first, before we go over, right, predictions of final position for Liverpool and Manchester United.
Wow.
I think 3rd and 4th. Honestly, yeah. I think Manchester will be 3rd and then Liverpool will be 4th.
I was just going to say that, this defeat is not a reflection of our season, It's just a bad,
I agree.
Just one bad day, I feel. Because if you think about it, like, Ten Hag came in 8 months already. Yeah. It's like we are 3rd and we have 1 trophy. It's like not too bad already.
Yeah.
It's just that this loss amplifies a lot of doubt,
I think it also shows me one thing, is that you can say, oh, okay, we want to end eras, we want to do this and everything like that. But the winning mentality and the hunger to win, you cannot teach that. Like Liverpool, no matter how badly they played against like Real Madrid, everything is you showed up against Man United. That's all I can say. Then the Man United didn't show up against Liverpool. So what to do? Well, that's it for this roundup of the Manchester United and Liverpool game, along with the after effects of what could potentially happen to the various clubs surrounding them. All right, everybody, that is it for this episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Chatter Podcast Network. And for those of you who are listening in and listening to our other shows, do join us every Monday for the Kopi Bros with me, Dad, Brendan, and Paul. And of course, our big game show every Friday, the SG Draft Podcast, where we draft a lot of different topics and have fun doing it. So for those of you who are listening in, from everybody here at the Football Kaki, don't forget to up the kaki and peace out. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.